Hello, Southwest Florida homeowners and homebuyers. Welcome to the 239 Real Estate Roundtable podcast, your go-to source for navigating the vibrant real estate landscape of our beautiful region. I'm your host, Kevin Tremmel, a local real estate agent, leader, and investor here in Southwest Florida. On this podcast, we bring you insights from best in the business, top-notch real estate professionals, seasoned agents, and experts of everything from homeowners insurance to mortgages, maintenance, and repairs. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned homeowner, we've got you covered with tips, strategies, and valuable insights to make your journey in Southwest Florida's real estate market a breeze. Get ready to unlock the doors to successful home ownership. This is the 239 Real Estate Roundtable podcast, where we demystify the process, share insider knowledge, and ensure you're well equipped to make informed decisions. Let's dive in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the 239 Real Estate Roundtable podcast. Today, we have a very special guest for you. Today, we have Maya Ismailova. She is a realtor in Southwest Florida with Coldwell Banker in Naples, and she is very involved in her community. She regularly does volunteer work for Naples Area Board of Realtors, the Women Council of Realtors in Naples, and also the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, also known as NAREP. Welcome to the show, Maya. I'm glad to have you.
Thank you, Kevin. Hello,
Awesome.
everyone.
Why don't we get started? Tell us a little bit more about yourself, your real estate story. How did you get into real estate and why?
I got my license in 2018.
Okay.
And the story started because I bought my first home and I went to this process, right? And it's helped me to understand the process. And I said, you know what? And I was first-time home buyer. I wanted to help the families. I had some, difficulties with as a first-time home buyer, as a language barrier because, I immigrated to United States in 2011 with zero English. And I started my career. I worked many jobs and positions, and that's how I built my networking. And real estate was for me like actually my good friends, people around me. They were saying, "You seems like a people person. You like what you do, and this is very important in this business." I was not really looking seriously for this. I was just saying, I just want to buy my own property, maybe as investments in future to use. And just to my colleagues, my friends, they were reaching out to me when I got my license, and that's how it started. And then I found this is really real estate is my passion. This is me. I love to help people, especially when most people immigrating, they don't know the process, the language barriers, many challenges. And I went through all this process, and I think for me now time to give. And I'm looking at that not only just the sales commission or real estate commissions. No, for me, time to give and educate my buyers, and just it's such a good opportunity to become a homeowner. And
That's awesome. So it sounds like it all started, you caught the real estate bug when you bought your first home. Would you say you had a good experience buying your first home, or is that kind of what motivated you, or like this could have been done better? Or
I was lucky to work with really nice professional real estate agent. She helped me a lot, and we're really good friends. Actually, she was maybe even mentoring. I saw that, and I said, you know what? She's my real estate agent. She also immigrated from different country. So I said, you know what? It's being a single mom. Same. So I said, I want to do too. I want to help people, and not only because I have a law degree. I graduated Tashkent State Law Institute. I had some personal reasons. I was going through life, and I have 3 children. So I really wanted to go to law school, but because of the timing and financially, I couldn't afford. I needed to work. I worked 3 jobs, and I needed more my time, like in meaning I could manage my time, right? It's more flexible with and I said, you know what, I can use this my legal background in real estate. It was a good combination. So I wanted to more dig in the legal aspects, to more educate. I'm more involved with, I love to learn. I'm a forever student. I never get tired, so I'm trying not to miss any of classes. It's the Naples Area Board of Realtors. They're offering amazing classes, so it's always real estate. It's just when people saying you got your license and you're ready to go. No, you're not. I only looking for real estate professionals when they are daily improving their skills, education. So going to classes, take classes, learn. So this is
awesome.
why every day is something new. Every day is something new.
Yeah.
Every customer, every buyer, every seller, every transactions.
Yeah.
You learn
And things constantly change, right? We have a big change coming up here in
especially now.
July of June with the whole AR settlement. So yeah, things are constantly changing and adapting and evolving. So you came here 2011 and then started real estate in 2018. What were you doing between 2011 and 2018? And what motivated you to ultimately make the jump into real estate? I know you mentioned the purchase of your house was a big event, but what were you doing kind of in between when you first came to America and then started real estate in 2018?
I started to work as a customer service. I used to work in a Hilton hotel. I used to work I worked for Publix as event planner for 5 years. That helped me a lot because I've been close to downtown Naples area, and event planning is more, it's networking, right? It's meeting businesses, it's promoting, because most people, they didn't know what we're doing in Publix. And actually those coworkers, they also told me, you're a really good salesperson, because I was selling, I was introducing business. People didn't know, and I was introducing. So my last job, I used to work as a community health specialist. So it was for Blue Cross, and then COVID happened, and I used to work in remotely. Most of us, right? We couldn't go to field, and I was helping elderly people. It was more advocating, educating members. That's why it's my passion. I love to everything with education and advocating. It's mine. So that's my last job. I mean, real job. Like, I used for 40 hours. It was, corporate job. But again, because of I have 3 children, and I love to manage my time and work my hours. And then entrepreneur, that mindset, that's always was with me. I said, I need to open my business, do something in investment. With coming to this country with so many opportunities, the greatest country, right? You're just saying it's in. I was looking, I was learning, studying, and we all know the real estate is one of the tools and to reach, to become a wealthy, to become a, yeah. So
It's
it's
not
not
easy.
easy.
The
No,
opportunity is
most
definitely
people
there.
think now you need to work hard.
Yeah.
Our job is almost 24/7, which sometimes my kids knows. But again, it took me a couple years to manage time,
Yeah.
personal, business.
Awesome.
So
Yeah. But it does give you that flexibility. You're not you said you have
this
three
is
children.
what I love in real estate:
Yeah.
flexibility, your own time, your own
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're not stuck to that 9 to 5 schedule. I'm kind of a night owl myself, so there's times where I work from 9:30 p.m. to like 12, and it's fine. I'm not bound to be working from 2 to 5 p.m. I'm sure that's helpful with having children as well. And then also took off, or when your career really took off was after COVID, and you kind of found your niche, and you were working with buyers that were talking different languages and things like that. So tell us a bit more about that niche that you found, and what languages do you speak? Because I know you're on NAREP, but you're not Hispanic. So tell us a bit more about you, what kind of languages and what niche was that after COVID that really set off your career?
Yeah. Again, my background, I grew up in former Soviet Union, and most people, they think, oh, you're so smart, you can speak so many languages. Well, because most Eastern Europeans, or like former Soviet Union, we grew up in the multicultural and lingual environment, communities, right? So in my classroom in elementary school, we had 33 students, and we had 18 languages, 18 different nationalities. Can you
Wow.
imagine? In that
Yeah.
age, when like a sponge, you
Yeah.
just, so it was naturally like, so languages which I speak fluent. I speak Russian. It's in former Soviet Union. So I speak Uzbek, Tajik. It's Central Asian languages. I speak Turkish. It's similar with Uzbek. With more Slavic languages, I can understand, and when they're speaking slowly, like Ukrainian, Slovakian, Bulgarian, Polish, Czech, because it's like Slavic family, so I can understand, and I love languages. Next to my step, I would love to learn Spanish. I can understand and speak a little bit, but still, Spanish and Italian, those are my two. German, I've been to Germany a little bit. German, yeah. Actually, in South Florida, I used to work with German speaking buyers, because South Florida is very popular for Canadians and German buyers.
Yeah.
So it's helped me a lot. So my niche, that's what I found, that because they were reaching out to me, that COVID, yes, it was for most of us. It was very different time, but that was like maybe lucky, because in that time we were sitting at home, right? We couldn't go out, but luckily Florida was different. Southwest Florida especially, we still had a chance to work, and people were reaching out from Chicago, New York, California, and they were trying, and some of them they couldn't speak, like they, of course those states, they have a big community, and they have those Russian speaking or other speaking languages. In Naples area, in this Southwest, we don't have so many, and they were reaching out to me, and that's how it started. Like it's a
Right. That's very interesting, because Naples is not, or Collier County in general, it's not that big of a city or area in the grand scheme of things. So it makes sense when people from these big American cities call you and all they speak is, for example, Russian, because they have a tight-knit Russian community, right? So that's interesting. That is what kind of propelled your career. That's awesome. And like we talked beforehand, I'm originally from Germany, and I can definitely attest to a lot of Germans relocating to Lee County and Collier County. So
Cape Coral. Cape Coral is
and
very
Cape
big.
Coral, Cape Coral. Lehigh used to be more, but yeah, Cape Coral, Naples. But yeah, that's awesome. And, I'm 100% with you, because I had the same experience with me learning English. You know, my dad's lived in Naples since the early 90s, and I would go back and forth before school started, living with my dad and my mom. And my dad was working full time, so he just dropped me off at kindergarten, and I didn't speak a word of English. But like you said, right, that's how you learn. You soak everything up, and everybody always asks me, well, you don't have an accent. And I'm like, I learned from an early age, but my dad's been in Naples for 30 years, and he has that very typical thick German accent. So I'm glad I got sparred that.
No, you just be perfect. My kids, they're joking and just saying, "Mom, you're Russian English," but I can have an accent, which I'm not. That's actually helping me.
Exactly.
Engaging me. Sometimes I'm meeting, we're going to restaurant, out on some networking, and they saying, "Oh, you know what? Where are you from?" It's engaging, and I got a few times. I got tenants, potential buyers, just
Yeah.
because they said, "I hear you. Where are you from?"
Yeah,
So
100%. It's maybe I need to put on a German accent more often, so I can have more engaging conversations. No, but that's awesome. Well, you definitely got me beat on the language I speak too,
I
but
forgot, I forgot a little bit.
yeah, exactly.
Poquito English.
Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. When we spoke before, I know you said you love America, love the opportunity, but you also specifically love Naples. We were talking, you fell in love with it first time you ever set foot into Southwest Florida. Tell us a little bit more about what do you enjoy most about living and working in Naples?
Living and working in Naples is a dream come true. So this is a paradise. This is truly paradise. And I'm not saying as a real estate agent, as a selling person. I just truly love this paradise. And we last month, everybody knows it was announced, right? It was announced as the best place in United States to live.
Yeah.
In Collier County is the safest place. Thanks so much for Collier Sheriff, all our first responders, our law enforcement, keeping our county safe, and very friendly community. You just feel truly it's a home, cozy home. That's
Yeah.
why I love. Maybe that's why I got feedbacks from my buyers, sellers I met. They said we can see just crazy. You love just love Naples,
Yeah.
and working and what I'm enjoying. You at the beach, you can work, you can go. I love outdoor activities. I love sunsets. Trying to almost every day I'm going to beach or just to walk, and it's a truly paradise. So like I mean, most of my customers, they changed their mind. They were thinking Naples is really changed. For I live here since 2011, and I know most people I met who lives here longer, they can see bigger changes, right? Because it was more, they were thinking, I have right now most of my buyers, they're younger, like they're 30s 40s, they're moving to Naples, and they were thinking that, oh, it's older community, like my more retirement, right? No, it's changed a lot, because so many activities, so many things that are now happening, like changes. And when people saying it's a little boring, it's not boring. You don't have time even to choose all the time to go to those activities every day. So working is, I'm blessed. I can say, again, it's not only Naples, it's all the Southwest Florida. I serve Lee County, but again, Naples is my niche. I know mostly it's my businesses here in
Yeah.
Collier County. Love to, yeah. Again, I love yoga. I love to run. I love to walk. My favorite place, only indoor place I love, it's Barnes and Nobles.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's my.
That's funny.
I love. Yeah, I love that place.
Get away from it all, peace and
Yeah,
quiet inside of
yeah.
Barnes and Nobles.
I love
That's
the real book and smell and just.
yeah. Instead of the Kindle, you like the feeling of the books. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, so you kind of alluded to it, and I agree with you. Naples or Collier County, Lee County, it's really changed. I've been first time I came here was early 90s as like a little kid, and I remember just in August, like I've said this before on this podcast, but in August you could walk on 41 just because everybody would leave and the mom and pop restaurants would close, and it was just and everything like east of 41, it was like pretty much you'd live out in the middle of nowhere, and east of 75 you really lived out in the middle of nowhere. It was just interesting so how that changed. But so shifting gears a little bit to like more how the market is doing. I know you said there's a lot of changes from old people to younger people, but how would you generally describe like the current state of the real estate market in Southwest Florida right now?
I'll give you example. Like last week, what happened? Multiple offers. Property was only 1 week on the market and multiple offers. And today I'm showing also after this podcast, I'm running to showing because I spoke with agent and she says, oh, you already 3 days on the market. It's already 3 agents reach out and it's big, it's activities there. So what I can see, it's a big demand. People are moving. It's a most, I can see my buyers. It's not really local. I see that New York again, New York, Chicago, California, and younger families they're moving, and we still don't. We inventory is growing, and we know that there's little market change, interest rates, and all this, but still, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's a property priced correctly. It's a right price. It's selling quickly. It's selling with real multiple offers. My last two transactions, it was bidding wars. Like it was two offers. So based on that and based on my experience, even my buyers, they're surprised. They said, wow, it's interest rates are high, but still
Yeah.
luxury because Naples has unique beachfront the properties, and again luxury, it's a lifestyle. We're selling here lifestyle golfing, and it's again safety number one. Blue zone, we know that Naples is announced as a blue zone, which is a healthy lifestyle. It's a few places in the world, and Naples is in the blue zone area too. So market is, I can say we're busy. Like I'm not, people realize like we still have home buyer, people selling my clients, my customers, I can see this selling their places in Chicago, New York, California, my last two customers, and they're moving to this area. So they're very popular. I'm using so often 1031 exchange program. Investors, they love this area, and they're selling their places in up north, right? And they're buying here. So very common. That's my experience. 1031 is so popular now because we know the benefits of living and investing in Florida, right? At home state and the no income tax. It's a huge. You compare Illinois or California. Oh my God! When they see the taxes here, like, oh really? It's taxes about 4,000-5,000 only.
Yeah.
I got a buyer from Chicago, 18,000. They were paying for just taxes, right? Here it's about 4,000-5,000. Yes, it's
Yeah.
now economy is changing, but it's still compared at 18,000. And this is
Yes.
the reason why people are moving.
Yeah, you had some interesting points. So one thing when you said current state of the market, definitely that's what I'm seeing too. But I think one important keyword that you mentioned was if it's priced right, right? Because I'm having the same experience. Like if it's priced right, it'll move quickly. But the times of pricing it at anything that definitely has changed in my opinion. So I think one keyword that you mentioned was if it's priced right. And then definitely an interesting point too when you said what's unique about Southwest Florida compared to like maybe some other states or regions is Naples specifically is definitely a luxury market. So people aren't buying the house necessarily. Obviously they are, but they're buying the lifestyle, right? It's not so much about the house. It's more about what am I getting like with living here and the lifestyle and the amenities and the perks and everything that comes with it.
I just started my real estate career. I was doing rentals in those last we're all doing that. And when they were renting 1-2 years, they were moving from those states, and they were saying, I don't know, I'm not sure yet, because I thought it's kind of was is more retiring, for we're still young. All these tenants become the buyers. because they said we love Naples, we don't want to move any other place. And that was feedback from, I never met any my customer or any person who is saying, oh, move out. They said, no, I don't like it. I mean, yes, Naples is, I mean, again, I not only positive, we have some, unfortunately, it's affordability, right? It's not cheap place to live, let's say this way. You can, not many families can afford. Like I said, they're moving to Lee County or other places because it's, yes, it's high, but still, but it's lifestyle, it's safety, it's for their children. And schools are, North Naples so popular for the for younger families, and so many new schools they built for last 2-3 years, new sport complexes, activities, name it. It's so many things. You can even the cultural, the festivals. I love that every year we're doing that international festival in Mercado, so it's more global.
Nice. And it's getting more and more global and multicultural.
You're meeting so many nationalities, even for me, because I love Nash culture. I'm meeting with some nationalities. I said, oh, wow, in Naples?
Exactly. Oh.
And that's my background, helping me in my, that I speak those languages is helping with those,
of course.
Understand their mentality and to help that diverse group of my customers.
Of course, yeah. And then, so you said you have a lot of clients from New York and Chicago and all the usual suspects. So are you still seeing that, even though obviously Naples or Collier County has gotten, expensive, and it always has been, but COVID accelerated that obviously. But are you still kind of seeing that people are, you alluded to it with the taxes, but people are selling their home in Chicago or New York for, it's an older home, smaller, for call it dollars, and then they move to Naples, and for them it's relatively affordable because it's like I can get something 5 years old for $750 as an example, right? And for them that's wow. Are you still like seeing that it's, in the grand scheme of things overall, like when you look at America as a whole, it's still fairly affordable, or people still think?
Yes, I'm working mostly with Canadians. Actually, Canadian investors, they were my last for 2-3 years. They were my also top. And when I was offering them brand new constructions in Naples, 400, I have some communities. I'm working with builders. I'm really good with builders. I love some to work with them. D.R. Horton has affordable homes, really good and affordable. It's still around 400. In my Canadian buyers, investors, they couldn't believe. They said, no way. It's in North Naples. We had a Meadowwood community. It was selling like a, it's low HOA fees, location-wise, it's excellent, next to the great school zone and everything. So they were saying, no, it was around high 300s when they started, and then 400. They couldn't believe. They were comparing, and the rental income, because rent here is higher than in Canada, let's say. And that was the brand new constructions. They are really, I still think that they are affordable, and I recommend my buyers and I educate them to go mostly with newer homes, brand new constructions or newer homes. We know the reason. Florida is beautiful. I love Florida, but we also have a flood zone, insurance, and those. And for people who really want to live in Naples, or the first-time home buyers or FHA, they're using FHA loan or VA loan, right? Now it's very popular to move to. It's also Naples. It's close to. It's Naples, and it's more that Orange Blossom and Ave Maria is now top. Really affordable. Golden Gate Estates. I have buyers who says I don't need amenities. Okay, let's go to Golden Gate. I have buyers who said I want amenities, but my budget is, let's say, under 400. Then we're going to Ave Maria is becoming so popular. They're offering so many programs. So it's still affordable, in my opinion, because again, number one, I have children. When you're choosing safety and lifestyle, those mortgages, let's say, yes, 50, 100,000 difference when you're buying in different part of Florida, it's nothing compared for long term when you're paying 30 years. It's different. I mean, not $200 a month, which safety is priority, right? In
safety and education and for your kids. Because and I see that. It's funny that you bring that up because I'm 30. I don't have kids yet, but so for most part of my life so far, it's just
Mhm.
where put me down wherever. I don't care. It's just as long as it's affordable, like student living, like just put me down wherever. But as I get older, when kids are in the picture and that kind of stuff, you think more, you think like way more about where you're moving to, because it's not just you anymore. It's like potential kids or kids. And so it's funny that you bring that up. It's just gets schools and safety and things to do on the weekend just becomes so much more important as life goes on, obviously. But everybody that's a parent that's listening right now is like, duh, Kevin. But for me, it's just like, I'm not a parent yet, but that's awesome. Yeah. And so I know you work with a lot of buyers, Canadians, first-time home buyers, other states. And I know you mentioned one thing you always, as far as advice goes, you always like to have them kind of look at new construction first because of all the benefits. Is there any other like advice you would give somebody that's looking to buy a property in Southwest Florida?
Number one advice is to choose a right professional real estate agent who can educate and guide you. It's not just selling, it's so many, especially when you are moving from different state. It's very different rules, regulations. It's HOA, it's assessments, it's a flood insurance, so many. So work with local. The first number one step to find a professional real estate agent who is with community, with knows the area. And I have my questionnaire when I'm meeting with my buyers on phone call. In less than 5 minutes, I already my buyers, they calling me real estate matchmaker. When I'm meeting with my customers, with my buyers, I know which community they belongs, where they even need to start to look, right? Location number one, of course, we depends if the school, if they have their children. Yes, school zone is important, right? We're moving to North Naples or to school zone. We have also not only public schools, we also have a classical academies, charter schools. Never been in Naples for last 5 years. We have two nice charter schools.
Yeah.
Mason Classical in Naples Classical Academy. Then pets, and I'm asking them what activities they have. Golfers, yes, I know we're going to golfing, the communities where they can play golf, enjoy. We have just a personal, each buyer is different. So it's just not just, okay, I know this place, let's go there. No, it's a concierge service, right? So every buyer is unique, different. They have different locations. So my customer service experience I used to work in hotel, Publix, and the Florida Blue. That's helping me. So I'm looking at each buyer as a unique and concierge. So like providing. I'm not bringing everybody in one community. No, just so I need to understand their situation. And again, maybe another important thing: do you do your research, especially for after the last hurricane, right? Insurance is becoming an issue. Thanks, we got back some new companies. They just moved.
Yeah.
We lost some companies, but this year we got new companies for new insurance companies. And insurance is becoming very important, like one of the aspects when you're choosing a property. Be careful. So roof, you need to pay attention. The age of the roof, passing those wind mitigation 4-point inspections to get your, then flood zone, and then assessments. For last 2-3 years, those HOAs, they got assessments. So don't be surprised. I got one buyer came from different. They used to work with, let's say, not local agent, and after, almost before closing, they found its assessments, the upcoming assessments, it will be on home buyer.
Yeah.
We didn't know about that. So it's our diligence, right? Our buyer's agent. We need to check. And again, my law degree background helping me a lot, like a little bit more like a detective. I'm just I like to do my own investigation and the call. Even it says in listing in an MLS, it says that information.
It's not guaranteed. Exactly.
We need to check and
Yeah.
we need to call. So do your research before you're buying. And another thing, those comments we need to be careful. And the reason why I bought last year personally, when they're saying, oh, it's a high interest rate and like it's a brand new construction, it's more expensive. Personally, I decided to buy brand new construction because it's so many benefits. First of all, it's holding value I don't need to do. I'm saying to my investors, even the not investors, just the regular home buyers. We know that average people, when they would like to stay in their place, it's about 7 years, right? 5-7 years, and then you're becoming like little. You want to change, you want to move, and so in that time, brand new construction homes, you don't need to put any dollar, right? After that, you can rent it. You can even when you're in for resale, they're holding their value, and you can get profit for when you're selling properties. You're getting not only returning your money, getting your money back. You also get a profit. With resale properties, this, again, I'm not saying 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. That market was very different. I don't think we're going to have that market. It was very, when people saying, oh, interest rate going to go down, and price is going to go down, it's going to be another bubble, it's going to be 2008. I believe, and I can say the Southwest Florida market is very strong. Yes, we'll see the properties, they're longer on market, we have more inventories coming, right? We can see that. But again, if priced correctly, like it's a right price, it's selling quick, and because of the economy, because of the growth of population, and many reasons, even not in even in US, even in global. I don't want to go into the world changes. So all these factors, and they choosing everybody, just say even they're Googling. I say, I'm asking some of my buyers, how you found about Naples? Oh, I just Googled, where's the safest place in the United States? Boom,
Wow.
Naples. You see
Yeah.
how that
Yeah.
works? So
Yeah.
that's it. And personally, for last month, I got 3 calls from 3 potential buyers. They just said, oh, it was announced in news. They're from one from California, from Hawaii, people from, we never had those buyers
Yeah.
from Texas.
Yeah.
Unusual for me, people calling from Texas. And because
Wow.
they have a nice the real estate in Texas, we were kind of with one of the markets, right? But no, now it's Texas start to move to looking for Southwest Florida. So
Yeah, definitely on the map. Like 15 years ago, it was a secret, maybe to some people more than others, but now with the news publicity, Southwest Florida is definitely on the map, right? And so then how do like most of your clients then get in touch with you? So for you use an example, I saw in the news, Naples, safest place to live. Obviously, from someone sitting in California and reading that to calling you, right? There's a long space in between, so to speak. So what do you do to put yourself out there, and how do people like reach you when they read something like that?
I for the last 2 3 years, I got most of my, especially buyers, from social media, like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. They're searching, let's say Russian speaking, on not only just the Naples and friends of friends. So that's how they find. And I'm trying to put on my social media not only just buy this home. This not only buy or sell, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
also introduce Naples and show them I love small businesses, like something open, new restaurant, like new places open, beach. So people like to see that. And I have one buyer, she's from Chicago, 3 years. She's like, finally, she decided to move because she was just looking and said, it was for fun. I was just looking for those. And it's not, when you're talking is different, but you need to show them, right? And so you can, again, on social media, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and even my Instagram page is Maya Loves Naples.
Nice, nice.
Because
Really, I couldn't tell. Yeah, that's okay. So a lot of social media, that's makes sense, obviously, and that's
and again, referral. I 99% of my business, I can say maybe even 100, is referral. I'm not working with Zillow. I'm not getting any cold calls. We know that this market is different. Probably I will start to do this too, but right now it was really good with the referral base. All these my clients, they were bringing me more clients. That's what I
and
appreciate. Grateful.
it's like a snowball, right? The longer you're in business, the more clients you have, the more referrals you get, and it's just like a snowball rolling down the hill. So
Yeah.
that makes sense, yeah. And well, good. Thanks for sharing that. And so we've talked about you, and then we talked about the current state and the last 10 years, let's say, of the market and how Naples has evolved. Where do you see the journey going in Southwest Florida real estate market over the next 5 to 10 years? And of course, full disclaimer, we don't have a crystal ball. What's your opinion? Where do you see this kind of going in 5 to 10 years?
Well, real estate market is always like ups and downs. For 5 10 years, I'm positive it will be back to normal. Actually, it's shifting, right? The unusual market was different. That 2019-20, that was very different market. I think it still will be. It's not going to be like we're saying the 2008. And again, we don't have a crystal ball, but I'm positive. The reason is we have so many people moving, and we don't have enough housing, right, to offer. So look at that now, Lehigh Acres. Again, that Ave Maria 5 10 years ago, it was just those areas expanding. So people are moving, and we have demand in new constructions, buildings. So I'm positive that, and 5 10 years, we still gonna be we'll be busy.
Yeah.
Will be possibly, it's going to be more developments, more. And I'm getting more lately for last year, 2 years, since interest rates from last year, interest rate, they changed. People they're not sure, let's say, they said, I want to have investment, but I'm not sure yet because of the market, let's wait. Another advice, and again, I also own lots. I bought some land, and my buyers, they buying the land. And if you're not ready yet to move, or if you just wanna
Right.
to see, and you don't, it's a little taxes. It's nothing. It's like $200-300
Yep.
a year, and just keep that land. You don't need to maintenance. You can stay in Chicago. You can stay in California.
You're ready, build a home on it. If you're not
If
ready,
you
sell
don't
it.
have enough money, let's say I'm not still comfortable to spend, let's say 500, 600,000. Okay, spend less, buy land. And I have some buyers, they would like to build their custom homes, right? They own floor plan, and we know we're still affected by after COVID with shortage of building a home, construction materials, right? If you want to wait another couple years, just buy a lot, and wait, and you can build your own home. Why I'm positive, and I strongly believe that Southwest Florida market is strong in 5-10 years. The cost of the building of home now, that's just a basic home, just a basic home. Like in Golden Gate Estates, houses now, average home is 500,000-600,000. They've been before 300, right? Average home is 500,000-600,000, and new constructions. Now it's a cost. It's so expensive. The new construction, actually, when you're putting mass, it's better to buy new construction, because again, I'm working with builder who's selling homes for around 450,000. Nice villas, two-car garage, nice location, close to the beach. Imagine, like, an only lot is about minimum 100,000, 150,000. Talking about lot. Building a home is like a 400, 500. So this home selling less, with warranties, with appliances, with everything. And always HOA fees. It's still, people would like to have that lifestyle. What I see from my out of state buyers or out of country buyers, they prefer to have. That's my search. They're giving me like, okay, Maya, we need low HOA fee. Okay, because we don't need like extra amenities.
They're almost never there. Yeah.
And we have some communities, we still have some communities under $200 a month. And you don't need to worry about landscaping. You don't need to worry about, that's all taken care, gated community. So we still have affordable brand new constructions under 450.
Yeah.
In Naples, in around Naples.
Yeah, Collier County. Yeah, which is.
They're saying, oh, yeah, I'm sorry for cutting. When I got somebody saying, oh, you guys selling $295 million home, most expensive homes in the United States, right?
Yeah.
So, we're selling. Naples selling is the most expensive home, is located in Port Royal in Naples, Florida. When buyers reaching out to me, they say, I want to rent it because I don't think Naples is so expensive. And when you're offering them those homes, they said, no way. One, my buyer from California, when I was showing those homes, it was around brand new construction, around 600,000-700,000. They were saying, what's wrong with this house?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, what? No, we love it, but it looks like
it's so cheap. That's
still, so Naples is not so expensive when you're comparing those places. So again, I'm personally, Canadians investors, they're showing their properties and they're selling those properties, investing to Naples and South Florida and using that 1031 exchange.
Yeah.
So Naples market is very strong.
Yeah, and thanks for sharing that. And I'm with you 100% with the new construction. I share the same philosophies. So I own some investment properties and I've bought some personal homes, and every home I ever bought was new construction, even before the pandemic. But even now, it seems like new construction, their prices have adjusted post-COVID so much quicker than the resale market. Like, obviously, their cost of building has gone down, and they've lowered their prices, and new communities are coming in at some really competitive prices. And I feel like it's a real challenge for the resale market. I see it a lot of new construction at some really competitive prices. And it's really like the resale market is like they need to catch up, right? They need to like wake up. And I feel like agents, when they do a CMA for a listing presentation, they also seriously need to look at new construction, not just resale, because exactly what you said, right? Like, why wouldn't I buy new construction for plus minus $10,000 with warranties, and it's new, and nobody's ever stepped foot on the
elevation, the flags.
more modern looks and just all that stuff. And when I do comp or a CMA nowadays for a listing presentation, I usually include 1 to 2, 2 to 3 new construction comps. And then we haven't even talked about incentives yet, right? We haven't even talked about interest rate
Yes.
closing costs. So once you factor that all in, you really gotta.
Our FHA, our first-time home buyers, our VA buyers, veterans. Sadly, I worked with 2 VA loans with 2. I helped them to find their homes. Oh my God, it was multiple offers, bidding wars. We submitted like 12 offers. We couldn't get that because
On resale, right? You're saying resale.
On resale and resale.
Yeah.
Loans, they couldn't that in 2020, 2021. We couldn't even get anything, right? And then we ended up going to new construction, and that it was it's wait of time. You need to wait, but it's
but at least you're guaranteed a house. Well, at least you're not. At least post COVID, you're not into bidding wars. You can usually walk in. We have this, and this is going to be ready in 4 months, and you wait 4 months, you get a house, right? Which is better than paying above list and above ask, and so 100%. I'm 100% with you. I think it's a great point. And then, so one thing we also just wrap it up. So we've talked about a lot of positives and how Collier County is awesome, and which it is, but there's also challenges, and you alluded to insurance being one thing. What are some of the most common challenges that you and your clients face when buying or selling a home right now in Southwest Florida?
Again, insurance, then because I'm working mostly with investors, rental policies, they change a lot. Like so many restrictions now, you can rent at least you need to live there at least 1 year, 2 years, high HOA fees because of this assessment, right? Unpaid assessment, the upcoming assessments.
Or insurance increasing as well on the HOA and condo side, right? Just, high fees increasing. Yeah. Sure.
Sometimes, and then again, when you're working with agent, you need to educate customers about CDD. Like we have CDD, right? We have those communities. So those things need to be very careful.
Yeah.
Heating, sometimes, heating, they're not putting, or contribution fees. Some communities, they're not even putting, again, it's a responsibility. It's a buyer's agent's responsibility. The contribution fee can be like $3,500 or even $7,000 to join this community, right? And buyer didn't know about that. And then we're finding that when inspection period time passed, and it's during when they're applying for HOA, it's a contribution fee there. It's not 1,000, it's like 3, 5, 7,000.
Yeah.
For first time home buyers, it's a big, big.
It's pretty much almost their down payment. Plus.
But the good thing now, my advice, especially now it's summertime, right? We know it's Florida and it's seasonal. So wintertime is very busy. We have all these snowbirds coming, and of course, one of the activities is to look at the properties, real estate. One of the activities in this area. Now summertime, and savvy buyers actually they need to start now when it's a little quiet, when it's when you have more options, more choices. You can take advantage sometimes of sellers. So you can ask them. In the seller intensives, you can ask the closing costs, credits. So many now, when they're saying, it's more expensive here, calculate when, let's say 2020, when you're offering the same amount and plus bidding wars and you're paying over, yes, you're getting maybe 3.5 interest rate, and now you're getting 7%, right? Around 6, but you're not overpaying. We're reducing, you're negotiating price. You're asking seller to pay your closing costs.
Yeah.
So it's even, and you not in stressed market. You in normal market. You can go to showing 2-3 times at least. Not like a line of cars. I was staying like 11, 12 cars, and oh my God, we were running there, and waive inspection, waive appraisal contingency, waive everything.
Yeah, just give me the house.
Here it's normal. We're using all the contingencies. Appraisal is normal. So this is normal market.
Yeah, which is good. That's, I think, everybody that was in real estate, while it was nice, while it lasted, I think we all realized it wasn't sustainable, and we're glad to have it this way rather than how it was 2 years ago. But well, thank you so much. We want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day. I think it was very valuable. We got to learn a little bit more about you and the industry and the market and things like that. So of course, we'll link all your social media and your website down below in the description. But Maya, if someone wants to reach out to you directly, how can they get in touch with you?
They can find me on Facebook and Maya Ismailova, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm in social media, and my cell phone is 239-200 7963. Yeah, after this podcast, I can attach all my contact information.
Yeah, we'll link all that below. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maya. Appreciate it.
And that wraps up another insightful episode of the 239 Real Estate Roundtable podcast. I hope you enjoyed our discussions and gained valuable knowledge to enhance your home ownership journey here in Southwest Florida. A big thank you to our incredible guests and of course to you, our listeners, for joining us. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, or if you'd like to connect, feel free to reach out. You can find us on Instagram at @KevinTremel_real estate, on Facebook at Kevin Tremel Real Estate, or visit our website, kevintremel.com. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Your feedback is crucial and we're always eager to hear from you. Until next time, this is Kevin Tremel, your host, signing off. See you on the next episode.